wanted to recreate one of my old makeup looks from Facebook. So I'm gonna post a picture here for you guys so you can see the makeup looks. I think I have like two different eye looks, but we're gonna be doing the blue one. I want to recreate that one for you guys. I thought that would be so much fun to sit here and talk to you guys about my makeup journey and how long it actually has taken me to get to this point of, you know, just being more comfortable when it comes to eyeshadows. And so I thought this was perfect to do a recreation. So that's definitely what I'm gonna be doing today. I'm gonna be going in with two different palettes. One, it's the brand new Cool Breeze palette by BEBELLA Cosmetics, and another one from BEBELLA called Dreaming in Color, because we're gonna go into a dark purple right here. So in the eyeshadow look, you guys, that I just showed you guys here on the screen, it has like, I think it has like purple in it, like towards the outer corner. Let me show you guys, because I was contemplating on maybe just doing the just the blue, but I'll pull up the picture that I just showed you guys. Like out here in this outer corner, it looks kind of dark, you know, like there's like darkness there. I don't know. And it just has like the turquoise here. I think I see yellow right here, and then like the dark purple towards the outer corner. So I'm gonna go into the Cool Breeze palette by BEBELLA, and I'm gonna be picking up the shade called Bali, which is this shadow right here. Let me show you guys the Morphe M433 brush up close and personal. So I absolutely love this brush because it is the perfect size to blend colors in the crease. And honestly, you guys, you can't go wrong with this brush. I just know that it's gonna blend my eyeshadows to perfection. Okay, so going into Bali, I'm gonna pick up some of that eyeshadow. So go ahead and apply it in the crease, you guys, and then with whatever you have left, start to buff it upwards and buff it out. So we're not gonna go all the way up to the brow. We're gonna just keep it right here in the crease and then just buff out the edges, and that's pretty much it for that. And then we're just gonna start to just layer the eyeshadows like by sections. It looks like that's how I have it here. So that picture, you guys, was taken back in 2010, I would say. That's when I first started to get really into makeup. I loved makeup so much, you guys, when I first discovered it. Back in the day, I didn't even know what Ulta or Sephora was, like, until I was like probably like in 2013, I think. That's when I discovered Ulta and Sephora. But those stores have been around for quite some time. Makeup just wasn't a big thing, you know, back in the day, like how it is today. Like, oh my gosh, makeup is like everything right now. You can make serious cash if you have a makeup line. Like, it's just crazy. But I've always been so into it. I remember even back in MySpace, I was following this one Latina girl who did makeup, and I was just so like intrigued. I was just like, oh my god, like she would do like these colorful eyeshadow looks, and then I would always follow Queen of Blending. Does anybody remember Queen of Blending? She is literally like old school. I used to love watching her blend her eyeshadows on YouTube. I just loved so much. Loved watching makeup tutorials. People just putting on makeup. It was like the best. And now it's just so saturated that you can't even keep up like who you can even watch, you know? So I'm gonna go into this shadow here called Indigo, and we're gonna place this, you guys, just towards the outer corner, and then just blend whatever we have left towards the inner corner. So that way it starts to look something like this. And then I am gonna go back into that shade called Bali and just go right on top of it like this, right in the crease, to blend both of these together. I want to know when you guys first found out about Sephora and Ulta. I want to know, what did you guys first buy when you went to those stores? You know which palette was my first ever palette that I bought at Sephora, you guys? Or no, it was Ulta. At Ulta. Can anybody guess what it is? I bought my very first high-end, well, to me it was high-end because it was really expensive. I thought $50 was really expensive, which it still is actually for a palette. But not as much, not as expensive as it was back then, because I really couldn't afford makeup. It was the Urban Decay Naked palette. Does anybody remember that palette? I still have it in my collection. That palette, you guys, I was so excited when I first bought that palette. Oh my god, let me tell you. I felt like I was such a badass that I bought that palette. I was so excited because everybody had it and it was just so cool, you know? So expensive and it was so pretty. I was so happy. I remember when I did my bride, my very first ever bride, that is the palette that I did use because it has like all the browns, all the neutral colors, and I actually did hit pan on some of the eyeshadows actually. Let's go into purple. So I'm gonna go into this one right here. It's called Black Cherry from the Dreaming in Color palette. And what we're gonna do, you guys, is just apply it towards the outer corner. And I noticed that it's just in this section right here, and I'm not taking it all the way towards the inner corner. We're literally only going to be placing it right here and then flick it towards the outer corner, and then we'll go in with a turquoise all over the lid. And when it comes to colorful eyeshadows, you guys, it's always best to pat. So pat the eyeshadow first, and then once you've pat the eyeshadow, you just want to start to just like buff it back and forth like this. So I've always felt that I've always wanted to do eyeshadows, you know, or like makeup. I just felt like you just know when you want to do that for a living. I remember back in high school, everybody was like looking for like things to do, like to apply like for college and all this stuff, and I was like, I didn't feel like I needed to go to college, to be honest. Like I always felt that I deserve better. Not to say that college is bad, not, you know, not at all, because, you know, my sister went to college and she loves it, and, you know, everybody has like their own personal experience when it comes to that. But for me, it just wasn't my calling. I just didn't feel like I wanted to go for something. I will say this though, I do love watching like Forensic Files. I love watching shows like that, and I like to like investigate crime. So I think maybe if I wasn't doing this, then probably that, or maybe even like a art teacher. An art teacher would be so cool. I would have so much fun doing art. Overall, makeup was definitely my calling. I went to a high school where they had a cosmetology class, and that was perfect because you get to really explore and be more hands-on. And you're like, oh, okay, this is for me. Like, I like this. Like, you just have it in you to do it. You know what I mean? Okay, so now I'm gonna go back into my Urban Decay Eden Primer, and I'm thinking of just cutting my crease. I know that in this look, it doesn't look like I actually cut my crease because obviously you can see that we have like some green here and then some blue in the center of the lid, but we're trying to recreate this but make it, you know, a little bit better. So I think I want to do that so that way I can put the green here in the inner corner and then the rest. Yeah, let's cut our crease. F it, let's do it. We're gonna do it. So I'm gonna go into this small little Morphe brush. It's super tiny, and I've been using it lately. Unfortunately, the number has rubbed off and I don't know what number it is. All right guys, so I went ahead and cut my crease off camera because we all have a way to cut our own crease. So now I'm gonna go into the inner corner, and I'm thinking of going into the green because in the picture it looks like I have some green and then the turquoise kicks in. So I'm gonna go into this palette, the Cool Breeze, and I'm taking the shade called Lemon Twist, which is this color right here. To pick up the eyeshadow, I'm gonna go into my MAC 239 brush. It's a nice flat brush, and go ahead and start to apply it right here in the inner corner. So, ooh, so cute. So just like that. When I first did my first ever bride, you guys, I was so nervous because, I mean, I knew who she was. She was a friend from high school. She was so sweet. She's still one of my clients actually till this day, 10 years later. I still do her makeup here and there for like pregnancy shoots or just family photos. You know, doing your first ever bride is honestly really, really scary, but it's kind of rewarding. Like, you kind of thirst for more brides after that, and you're like, ooh. And then that's when I started watching a lot of Makeup by Mario on YouTube, and I just loved his technique. I just loved the way that he would do makeup. I was just so obsessed with Mario. Still am, actually, till this day. So now for this, you guys, for the middle, we're gonna go back into the Dreaming in Color palette, and I'm picking up the shade called Teal, which is this shadow right here. Still using the same MAC 239 brush, and we're gonna go ahead and pick some of that up. and apply it right next to the shadow right here. So we're using tapping motions. For my makeup kit, it was one of those makeup cases that you literally roll up. Do you guys know which ones I'm talking about? That was my makeup bag that I would take for appointments because I couldn't afford a makeup case. And honestly, you guys, makeup was just like such a huge blur to me, you know, like makeup artistry. I didn't know what makeup artists would take on sets. Like I had no idea. I was so clueless until finally Instagram started coming up, and I was like following all these makeup artists, and I just loved everything that they would have. I would go on YouTube and I would YouTube makeup artist kits, and like that's how I started getting like my ideas for my artistry kit. So you start somewhere, you guys. You don't have to have like $1,000 makeup kits. Like Morphe has like some of like the greatest products to start off with if you're starting to become a makeup artist barely. Their brushes are affordable, their bronzers are freaking amazing. I'm not a huge fan of their foundation or concealer, but it's pretty affordable, you know, to get started. So I'm gonna go back into the Morphe M433 and I'm gonna be picking up again that purple shade that we used called Black Cherry. And we're gonna go ahead and apply it towards the outer corner once again. Just patting it right here, just towards this little outer corner right there to cover up that harsh line from adding that turquoise color. We have this already. For my lower lash line, I don't think I even did anything. Did I even do anything? I can't even see if I did anything. You know what, you guys? Ni se ve. I don't even know what the hell I did. Do you see though that I have a wing? Because I can tell right here. There's like black going along the line right here, so I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a wing because we're trying to follow this. And then what I'm gonna do towards the outer corner, I think I'm just gonna connect it with the blue that we have going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and slap on some eyeliner. I'm gonna go into the SCHWING liquid black eyeliner. It does dry matte, and this is from the BALM Cosmetics. Okay, let's go ahead and start to work on the lower lash line, you guys. I'm gonna go into the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the super blue matte eye pencil. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this towards the outer corner only. And then what we're gonna do is take a pencil brush. I'm using the Morphe S20, picking up some of that blue eyeshadow, and then just start to blend this out towards the outer corner. You wanna apply it close to the eyeliner. Okay, so for the inner corner, you guys, I'm gonna go into the shade called Oasis, which is this shadow right, and it's a shimmery eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go back into that MAC 239 brush and just apply this right here in the inner corner. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and slap on some lashes, some mascara, apply my whole face makeup, and then I will be right back to end this video. I popped on some lashes. I also applied some mascara towards my lower lashes. For the inner corner highlight, you guys, I did go into my Sigma Blending E36 brush, and then I did pick up more of that shade called Oasis, and I just applied it here in the inner corner. And this color though, you guys, so pretty, so stunning. I did realize that there is a dupe for the Sigma one, the Morphe M562, the one that I just got. It's definitely a dupe for the Sigma one, so you don't want to pay more. Of course though, I do have a code with Sigma, which is Sandy, and you get 10% off with any brushes or any makeup products with Sigma Beauty. Or use my code GLAMFAM330, but I get paid with Sigma, so go to Sigma. Or whichever one you want to support me with, I don't care. Sigma. Now for the lips, I'm definitely gonna go into something more on the nude side because obviously we have so much going on with the eyes. So for the lips, I decided to go into the liquid lipstick by Maybelline. And this shade, you guys, is so beautiful. I've been so obsessed with this color, and it's the shade 55 Driver. Now this color is beautiful. It's definitely a really nice, gorgeous nude color. And then for the lips, I'm gonna go into Sweet Tea Morphe Lip Pencil. All right, my honeys, so that is it for today's eyeshadow look on me recreating one of my looks from way back in the day. So I'm looking at the makeup look right now, and did I nail it or did I not? Obviously, it looks way different now than it was 10 years ago. Obviously, I've gotten better at my blending, of course, but I am very, very, you know, just impressed by myself, because I remember, like, every time I look at those pictures, I always think of that girl that always wanted to be better when it came to makeup. Like, I always wanted to master it and get better at eyeshadows, and I'm still not the best. I am not. There's days where I do makeup looks for you guys here, like that I film, and I don't like it, and I'm like, oh. And then I delete it and I take off my eyeshadow, and then I, you know, film again the next day. So just don't give up, you guys. Remember, it's just makeup. If you want to try a makeup look, just go ahead and take it off and redo it again, because if I can do it, you guys can do it too. I am proof of that. And it does not take you necessarily 10 years to achieve to play with eyeshadows. You know, that was just my personal journey. There's people that can literally pick up the makeup brush and be super like good and be a badass within like the first 2 years. So everybody is different. Just as long as you don't give up, you're persistent, and you just keep on going. So yeah, I had a lot of fun today, you know, just going back down to memory lane. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe before you do leave my channel today. Los quiero mucho. Besitos, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.